obviously you're going through this crazy fight camp, this training camp, and everything's, not different, but new, because like I said, it's going to be your first pro fight, and you're taking that professional approach. You say taking days off and time off. I think that's normal. I mean, me being a pro athlete and knowing a lot of people struggle with the ideology of doing nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy that you've just said that, because last night was the worst mental space I've ever had, and I've had 2 days off, and I was in bed, couldn't settle, didn't know what to do with myself. I felt out of place, but I just had to hone in and trust the process, that I was in a state of recovery, and that recovery is just as important as honing your skills and sharpening your skills. Not taking too much time off, because that would be silly. But like it's not normal for an athlete to take any days off, really. Apart from you want a bit of a rest and what a fight week. So we put it to test. I've actually been in camp for closer to 16 weeks.
Yes, long, bro.
Because I had the Roman Fury fight that came up initially, and then that dropped off. It didn't happen.
Well, before that, let's tell people, because people don't know. Where's the fight? When's the fight? And what's going on? So you're fighting in Dubai, right? What's the date?
Yeah, so the fight now is scheduled for 24th of November, which is about 3 weeks now from.
Well, this will be released in a couple of weeks, so let's pretend that it's because it's going to be released in 2 weeks, so it'll be in a week. Yeah. So you're fighting in 1 week. You decided 1 week before the podcast, before the fight, to come and have a podcast with me.
Right. Okay.
So it's really the fight's in 1 week.
Okay. Right. Okay. So the fight's in a week's time.
Exactly.
And 24th of November. Can't wait for that to happen. And the way that this fight has gone has just been crazy. I mean, fighters pulling out happens anyway. Like I kind of get that, but from going from fighting Roman Fury, which would have been a fantastic fight, to Jack Fincham. Now, to anyone who doesn't know who Jack Fincham is, he went on Love Island in 2018. That's how he got his social presence. He was previously an amateur boxer, so he had 25 or 26 amateur bouts as a younger kid. So it would have been a good fight, But he fights in the back foot. He's very much, a point scorer, in my opinion. I'd have been coming forward, putting the pressure on him. He'd have been on the back foot, trying to maybe walk onto his shot, score points. He loves that uppercut, loves to throw the triple jab, He's very, very textbook amateur. And that would have been a great fight, but he ended up pulling out. He had his own reasons for pulling out. I think he's a pussy, in my opinion. That is what it is. Now, the silver lining is Aaron Chalmers has stepped up. So the Aaron Chalmers fight is way more exciting, in my opinion, because you got two guys in there that love to stand and trade. They don't give a fuck if you get hit. You're just there, stand, trade, defend a little bit, bob, weave, but it's about who's landing the bigger, more significant punches. That makes it more fantastic and exciting fight. So I'm happy about that, I'm happier that it's more of a challenge, because for me, when the stakes are higher, I perform my best because I know what can happen, So fighting this fight, to me, it's a silver lining. Jack pulled out. My manager even said to me, he was like, "Do you want the good news or the bad news?" I said, "Well, obviously the bad news first. Bad news is Jack pulled out." And I was like, right, okay, surprise. I called it. 24th of September, I put a post out saying, "Jack's a sausage, he ain't turning up. That's my prediction for the fight." And he doesn't turn up. So then he said, Aaron Chalmers is stepping up. Now, I know Aaron Chalmers won't pull out, because he's just a fighter, He prides himself from just getting in the ring, getting in the octagon and having a scrap and not really giving a fuck about the consequences. And I am a dangerous fight for any person. And even, I don't care if you're ex-MMA, whatever, Geordie Shore, Love Islander, amateur boxer, I'm dangerous, man. I come forwards, I look for openings, I apply the pressure, I'm incredibly fit. I can do 10 threes, no problem. We're doing 5 twos, bro.
Yeah.
What? 5 twos. We're going to be swinging from the rafters from the belt. From round one, it's just going to be a slugfest. It's impossible for this to go at points, in my opinion. Impossible.
Well, what's the ounces for the gloves? What do you box in?
I think we're 12s.
12. That's not bad. 12s are okay. So it's still 10 minutes of action. I mean, 5 rounds, 2 minutes. It's still pretty intense, to be fair. But out of the 3, like you said, Fury, Fincham, and Chalmers, who would you consider as the toughest fight?
Roman Fury, for sure. He's got to be the toughest opponent. He's probably the more awkward one to box as well, because he's taller. He has that long, awkward Tyson style, long, lengthy opponent. Because when you're fighting at a bit of a disadvantage anyway by being the shorter guy, aren't you? The shorter, stockier guy. I mean, Mike Tyson might disagree, but you got to work a bit harder to get on the inside, and and really make it rough and make it happen. Because if you can't get on the inside, you don't know how to work driving forwards. He's just going to stay on the back foot and keep you distance and just pop shots off you as you're walking into them. And I think he would have been a far more awkward fight, but I pride myself on just saying yes. I don't care who it is. The tougher they are, the better camp I'm going to have. Because if someone says to me, "Oh, just take this fight. It's going to be an easy fight. You'll run over him. It'll be good for your brand. You'll get an extra win." And I don't care about. I don't want that. I don't want to carry that through a camp. And I know this is one thing I know about mine and Aaron's manager, right? Because we share the same manager technically. Okay, so I'm smart. I'm an intelligent guy. I know exactly how this conversation would have gone. He would have rang up Aaron and he'd gone, "Mate, you just lost your last 2 fights. You got spanked by Mayweather. You lost your last 2 fights. You need a win. This guy's going to be an easy win for you. Yeah. It's his first pro fight. Come in, get the win, and you're back on the ramp up to greatness again." Because if I was a salesman and I was a manager, which is what he is, that's how I would pitch the fight to him. I mean, Aaron would say yes anyway, because Aaron's a G. I got a lot of time for Aaron. I got a lot of respect for him. I do. We get on very well. That's just the truth of it. But that's how he would have pitched it to him. So he's going to come into this fight thinking, right, I'll just smash this kid. We'll go for a beer after, and it's all going to be great. But if he's coming in with that mindset, it's going to be a bad night for Aaron. Simple as that. Because the tougher you are, the tougher I train. Yeah. And that's the fighter mentality, I think.
Well, Kay's definitely a salesman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you're considering the Roman Fury was the toughest fight, you said yes to that at the beginning. It doesn't really matter who it changes to. And you've had enough notice. So it's been like 3 or 4 weeks notice you had for Chalmers, right? Or 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So like it's a change of opponent a couple of times. It's a pain in the ass. You've been in camp a long time, but it's not like a last minute change and a super dangerous guy coming in. I mean, Chalmers is why we spoke about it before, but the thing I respect about Chalmers, and I say because I've known him a while as well. I've seen his MMA career and then going into boxing and everything else. He can bang. And to be able to hit and to be able to knock people out the way that he has is like, it's like a God-given gift. Some people can do it and some people can't. It's not a gift that I have, not with my hands. With knees, kicks, okay, but with my hands, I haven't got that stiff. I mean, I have knocked a few people out with my hands, but not like, it's not like every time I touch someone. I feel like Chalmers, like you said, he comes swinging. You come swinging. So 12-ounce gloves in the squared circle. I think you're right. 5 rounds is going to be, you're not going to reach it.